you know, it's always so busy. So I just wanted to keep it real. I think I'm going over to Puff Daddy's house.
Really, that's just a nice sort of chestnuts roasting.
Beautiful, very beautiful.
Nice atmosphere there.
Amazing. Bing Crosby playing.
Can you get us in?
Where's Bill Cosby?
I don't know.
I don't know. Bing Crosby, Bill Cosby.
No one knows anymore.
I get mixed up.
I'm here for Will Smith, the person. She's like, hey man, celebrities don't hang out at Planet Hollywood. And I was like, am I getting punked? At least in my head, I'm like, at least I'm not anybody, right? So I get downstairs and it's 10 black dudes, all in a small room, probably the same size as this, with curtains all around it and a folding table in the center. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh my God, these 10 black dudes, Will, Charlie Mack, I know he's bringing Jazzy Jeff, that's 13 black, I'm a lot of dudes tonight. Like in my head, I'm like, if this is a scenario, I am screwed.
Jim Carrey just dropped a bombshell on Hollywood, targeting none other than Will Smith and Diddy, exposing secrets so dark they're rarely spoken of. Behind the glamour and fame, Jim is unmasking the twisted side of Hollywood, starting with the secrets Will and Diddy have been hiding. Rumors swirl of young stars caught up in unsettling rituals, and Jim, now a fearless whistleblower, is ready to spill it all. Ever wondered why Jim avoided Diddy's notorious white parties? Why he steered clear of the Hollywood elite's infamous gatherings? He's finally speaking out, hinting at hidden forces, perhaps even the Illuminati pulling strings behind the scenes. Jim Carrey has been fighting this shadowy underworld for years, and he's about to reveal the truth. Buckle up, Hollywood's darkest secrets are about to be exposed.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking.
Diddy is being sued a lot and was just arrested, so this might not be an accident. So what is Jim really trying to say about why he's not in Diddy's circle? Here's the thing, Diddy is in a lot of legal trouble. Next month, over 100 people are expected to file lawsuits against him in various states.
As I said, our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. You should know, in this group, it is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims as plaintiffs.
The attorney handling these cases says they're all tied to those infamous freak-offs we've heard so much about, parties that have always been shady to say the least.
Yeah, I love this drink.
Will you put my bag?
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, will you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
No,
I like that.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked, because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table.
I just want to say,
You're doing so good. You're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer.
Lately, more celebs have been sharing details on what supposedly went down, from creepy stuff to and even darker stories that most people can't bear to mention. And let's be real, Jim been outspoken about Hollywood's sketchy underbelly for a while now. Remember when he went full-on existential during that strange 2017 New York Fashion Week interview?
I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim Carrey. Wait, tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're celebrating.
I mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating icons, boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons?
People understand what Jim was doing. The Hollywood elite does not. Jim was dropping some real truths, calling out Hollywood's self-obsession, and maybe even distancing himself from it. This wasn't the first time Jim fired shot at Hollywood's gatekeepers, either back in 2014, while pushing *dumb and dumber on Jimmy Kimmel Live *. He came out doing the strange hand gesture. Jimmy joked it looked like a gang sign, but Jim brushed it off, saying, "Come on, you know exactly what this is already." Back then, he was fed up with all the secrets and lies. Jimmy even said that people on TV have been hired to keep us distracted, calm, and compliant. Another jab at how Hollywood might be a front for deeper agendas. And with all the recent news about Diddy's alleged dark side coming to light, it's got fans and Hollywood's gatekeepers equally shocked. But that's not all. Tommy Davidson opened up about why Jim stepped away from the spotlight. According to Tommy, Jim found huge success with hits like Ace Ventura, The Mask, and The Truman Show, but he's lately been focused on personal growth. Jim's journey has been more about becoming a better person and finding meaning beyond Hollywood's normal trappings. This might come about due to the fact that Jim had it rough in Hollywood. Here's how it started off. For a rough start, Jim Carrey's journey in the entertainment industry has been a wild ride filled with both triumphs and personal problems, from iconic comedic roles in films like Bruce Almighty, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, to serious performances like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This guy has done it all, but already in the beginning, Jim had to navigate the tough side of the industry. Hollywood wasn't exactly rolling out the red carpet for Jim at first. It was actually the Wayne family that helped him get his start and put him on the map. Marlon Wayne shared that his older brother Keenen Ivory Wayne was a true star maker who didn't just help his siblings shine, but also started the careers of several other A-listers in the industry, with his career looking pretty grim. Keenen recognized something that others missed after Jim Carrey auditioned for a role set up by Marlon's brother Damon. Keenen was convinced he was hilarious, but as you can tell, Jim's journey to success was anything but smooth. He faced a ton of challenges and rejections while trying to make it in the entertainment world. His attempt to get on Saturday Night Live failed miserably. His audition tape never even reached the desk of the executive producer, but Jim didn't let it hold him back. He held no grudges against the show or its creators, and has since hosted SNL 3 times, even making an appearance in the show's 40th anniversary episode in 2015. Even as Jim Carrey began to make a name for himself in Hollywood, he faced a personal loss. He lost both of his parents just a few years apart, his mom in 1991 and his dad in 1994. His father played a big role in motivating him to pursue his dreams. His dad was incredibly talented and had the potential to shine in the entertainment industry, but fear held him back from taking that leap. For Jim, that was a powerful lesson. Even the most secure path can lead to failure. If you ask Jim, you must embrace failure while chasing what you truly love, and for him that meant fully committing to acting and comedy. But that's not all. Jim Carrey is also no stranger to mental health struggles either. Jim makes people laugh, but he's privately battled depression for a long time and has sought professional help to cope with it. He was on Prozac for a long time. It helped him out of a jam for a little bit, but he did not want to get hooked on it. He understood that everything was just okay and that he's going to manage. However, it did not go unnoticed. The buzz around Jim Carrey's sudden retreat from the spotlight has left people worried. He was once the life of the party, and he now seems to be living in isolation since stepping away from Hollywood in 2022 to focus on his art. He's kept a low profile, and reports say he looks like a shadow of his former self. He said it loud and proud. He has enough, he's done enough, and he is enough, but that does not mean that he's not paying close attention to what is going on. Jim Carrey didn't hold back when it came to calling out Will Smith and Chris Rock after that infamous Oscar scandal. He told the media he was completely disgusted by what happened at the 2022 Oscars when Smith slapped Rock for making a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's haircut. For Jim, that was a clear signal that Hood has no purpose, no direction. He straight up said he felt sick watching everyone give Will Smith a standing ovation after that mess.
I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
Wonder if Will Smith's protectors are behind all this drama. Many think Chris Rock didn't sue Will because of the supposed power Will holds in Hollywood, which let him get away with a lot. Will and Diddy rumors suggest that Will gain this power by engaging in some pretty shady activities. Things you might not want to know about. For a while now, accusations have been flying around that Will participated in certain rituals for power, some even involving gay stuff. Jaguar Wright has even chimed in on this.
That your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it. Bilal told me everything.
And the reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded. And they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw. She did all this to try to scare me, but I fear no one but Allah. Jada, listen, in 2 weeks, if you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here and I'm dropping evidence. Period. You said I extorted you. You said there's a money shakedown. You said a lot of things about me. And you know that the things that you said were untrue. Let's get into a little bit more of it. Jada runs Will. Period. Me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald head liar and you're a drug addict, right?
Oh, God.
You told the world that you were going to sue me. As of yet, and you said you're going to do it swiftly. It's been over 2 weeks. So Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All the sex parties, right? And the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. You assassinate my character. You say I extort you.
And we first Will Smith being gay and having gay relations with who was it with?
Diddy.
They were joking then, but it's not funny anymore. So what is the link between Diddy and Will Smith? These two have been in the G together since the late 90s, rising to fame in the music and entertainment scenes. They've been hanging out together at countless events, flexing their A-list status. Especially when it comes to the freak-offs. That Miami party in 2004, Will was there, and it was as crazy as you can imagine, featuring a buffet served off a naked woman's chest. That's the vibe we're dealing with. Then, there's the threesome that was talked about on national television too. Hollywood loves those triangles, man. When
you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were gonna beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
And now with Diddy behind bars facing some heavy allegations, including trafficking charges, people are looking at Will and wondering what he really knows. Has Will been keeping secrets about Diddy's dark side? He hasn't said a word about those allegations or their friendship, which only adds fuels to the fire. Now we're seeing Diddy pay for his dirty deeds.
Tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul.
The man is
9. And is facing a laundry list of serious charges that have rocked the business. We're talking trafficking, racketeering, and even kidnapping. This ain't just rumors, this is a federal indictment, laying out some heavy accusations against Diddy. The feds are claiming he ran a criminal operation where he didn't just use his status but also DRS and aggression to keep both women and men under his control. He mistreated and manipulated people, resorting to all kinds of violence. But it gets crazier. Did he L these people into freak-offs, supplying them with all kinds of nasty to keep them playing along? This dude was tracking their movements and even had access to their medical records, and to keep them quiet, it was either NDA or he filmed tapes that they had no clue about. During the raids on his crib, authorities found a stash that raised eyebrows, guns, ammunition, and over 1,000 bottles of lubricant. They even discovered narcotics like cammine and GHB in the mix. Here's the interesting part. Diddy has pleaded not guilty, saying he's going to fight all these charges, but with everything piling up, it's difficult to see a way out for Diddy that doesn't involve life behind bars. And this ain't just about the Diddy accusations, it's about its potential fallout in the industry. Will Smith and who knows how many more knew about what was taking place, yet they kept their mouths shut. We're basically waiting to see how is going to end up charged next. But the big question still remains, what does this mean for Will Smith? Are they really just friends, or is there more lurking in the dark? Let us know what you think about it, and make sure to check out this next video. I got in my Diddy mode. I'm sorry, I start licking my lip.
check out this next video.
You know what I mean? I got in my Diddy mode. I'm sorry, I start licking my lip. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooshka skooshwash. You gave me the ooshka smooth, the smooth smash. Diddy. Yeah, son. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You gave me the ooshka smooth. I love it, yo. I love it. You gave me the ooshka smooth.
I'm telling you, bro, it's my dad's friends. My dad sent his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
So you won't believe it.
10. So you won't believe it, but things just got even crazier. Diddy's caught up in another lawsuit, and this time it's from a former male employee. The guy's claiming Diddy was all handsy inappropriately. Yeah, it's like one bombshell after another. This producer dude is accusing Diddy of some seriously messed up stuff, including some forced weirdness with other guys in the industry. And then there's Orlando Brown causing a stir again. He went viral, claiming he hooked up with a bunch of rappers like Diddy, Drake, Bow Wow, and a whole crew. But here's the kicker: Orlando's got a rep for being a bit out there, you know, with substance use and some quirky behavior. So at first people brushed off his claims, but now that big shots are getting called out for some wild stuff, folks are starting to wonder if Orlando was onto something all along. So who are these rappers supposedly taking advantage of Orlando?
Loved me while he loved me. And only I can, just like Diddy. The same thing with Diddy. Nigga, they love me while they love me, bro. Period. And I know it's them. I'm not trying to be no dick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them my niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they bomb as fuck. They bomb as fuck. When they switch into the little mode, they go morphing and shit. They bomb as fuck. And my nigga.
I just said morphing. So hold on, wait.
Them my niggas, bro.
But
before we hear Orlando dropping bombs about Diddy and what is really going down behind the scenes in the rap game, we have to dive into Orlando's past, you know, get a feel for the guy behind the headlines. All right, if you were a diehard Disney Channel fan back in the early 2000s, chances are you've got a soft spot for that. So Raven, I mean, who could forget Raven Simone and her gang Chelsea and Eddie? Right now, Eddie, played by Orlando Brown, was the funny guy of the group, always cracking jokes and dropping impromptu WPS. But once the cameras stopped rolling in 2007, things took a turn for the not-so-funny for Brown. Dudes started making headlines, and not the good kind. We're talking arrests for drugs, assault, and some seriously wild behavior, like showing up at someone's place barefoot with a box of wine. It was a mess. Despite trying to keep his acting and music career going, all the drama surrounding Brown, including his rants about Hollywood being shady, kind of overshadowed any progress he made. Let's dive into his story and see where he's at today. Now, before he was Eddie on that So Raven, Brown already had some screen time under his belt. He popped up in movies like Major Payne back in '95, then did the rounds on sitcoms like Family Matters and Two of a Kind. The guy was everywhere, but it was that So Raven that really put him on the map. Disney Channel's first show to hit 100 episodes, paving the way for spin-offs like Corey in the House. But as the characters grew up, Disney decided it was time to call it quits in 2006. And let me tell you, trouble seemed to find Brown real quick after that. Just a month after the show finished, he got busted for possession during a traffic stop in Houston. He tried to play it cool, saying the car wasn't his and he didn't know about the drugs, but even he knew it was bad for his career. I love what I do. Why jeopardize what I built? He said at the time. Wise words. But it looks like trouble just kept following him. Orlando Brown's next headline wasn't exactly a walk in the park picture. This April 2008 dude disappears after hopping into a convenience store one morning. No calls, no texts, just poof, gone. Naturally, his fam and friends are freaking out. His manager, Ricky Romance, goes into full-on panic mode, putting out calls left and right. The news spreads like wildfire, everyone wondering where the heck Orlando's gone off to. Thankfully, he resurfaces the next day, calling into a radio station to let everyone know he's all right. Turns out, he's needed some time to clear his head after a rough gig the night before. Dude was feeling lost, you know. He apologizes for causing a scare, admitting he should have kept his peeps in the loop. But even after this scare, Orlando's time in the spotlight starts to fade. No more music drops, just occasional sightings like when he showed up on Hell's Kitchen. But trouble seems to have a thing for Orlando. In 2011, he gets busted for DUI, skips out on alcohol classes, and lands himself in jail. Then in 2014, he's causing a ruckus outside some woman's place, ranting and making threats, but it doesn't stop there. In 2016, he's caught up in a domestic dispute, found with meth, and fails to show up in court. Cue The Bounty Hunter in 2018, and bam, more jail time for drug possession and robbery. Talk about a rough ride. And amidst all this chaos, Orlando's not holding back. In interviews, he's spilling some serious tea about the industry, claiming folks sell their souls to make it big. He even throws shade at Raven Simone, saying she's not herself anymore. It's like he's dropping truth bombs left and right.
You've been very, you've always said what you wanted to say about her.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like it came across as pain and not necessarily as a diss to her.
But no, it's I'ma be silent Cause I know something that he not supposed to know. He don't know this. So I'm gonna say this is what Raven did. I know something.
Now, some say he's just off his rocker, but others are giving his words a second thought. After all, just because someone's dealing with mental health stuff doesn't mean they're not onto something, right? It's a wild ride, but Orlando's definitely got people talking. Then Orlando Brown had a wild ride in. 2018 dude was in deep trouble with the law, and his friends and fam were seriously worried, so his manager Solomon Barron decides to step in and book him on Dr. Phil to try and get some help. Now, when Orlando shows up on the show, he's rocking these creepy snaky contacts, looking all kinds of distressed. And boy does he drop some bombs. He starts off claiming he's actually the son of Michael Jackson, calling himself Orlando Brown, Prince Michael Jackson Jr., aka Blanke. What?
What's your full name?
My full name is Orlando Brown, Prince Michael Jackson Jr., and that's AKA Blanket.
So what's Prince Michael Jackson Jr.?
Well, it's my nickname I gave to myself. Cause yeah, my father was Michael Jackson, great Michael Jackson. So.
Your father was Michael Jackson.
But wait, it gets crazier. He denies ever saying Will Smith was his dad, then starts talking about wanting to marry his old co-star Raven Simone. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. At the end of the show, Orlando's hesitant about getting help, but eventually agrees to rehab. Dr. Phil wraps things up by saying, Orlando's making progress. Phew, what a ride. But hold up, it doesn't stop there. After the show, Orlando starts making even wilder claims. He says he hooked up with Lil Bo Wow, Nick Cannon, and even Michael Jackson and Will Smith, and get this, he's bragging about it in videos online.
We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams.
Of course, Lil Bo and Nick Cannon are quick to shut down those accusations. Cannon even posts about praying for Orlando and raising awareness about mental health struggles in the industry. It's a crazy mess, but Orlando's definitely got people talking. But hey, Orlando didn't throw in the towel. He kept at it with acting gigs like The End and American Bad Boy, and he dipped his toes into music too, dropping some tracks and music vids on his YouTube channel. They might not be topping the charts, but his fans appreciate the positivity he's bringing, speaking of which, people are noticing his progress. Like, in response to one of his videos, fans are hyped, saying how proud they are of him for staying on track. Orlando found his footing with a faith-based program called Rise Discipleship in Texas. He came out of it talking about how he'd been through the ringer, messing around with stuff like crystal meth and weed, and getting way too wrapped up in the internet. But hey, he's still standing. He even said himself, "I'm okay." Seems like this religion-based program really hit the spot for him. There's this post on X from the founder showing off a clean and sober Orlando, giving a testimony about his time there. And since then, he's been dropping Christian rap tunes like Smiled on Me and God is in Me. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Just when things seemed to be looking up, he got caught up in more trouble in December 2022, getting arrested for domestic abuse. It's a messy situation, and it's put some projects on hold for him. As of February 2023, he's been on house arrest, pleading not guilty and asking for a psych evaluation. But he's not just sitting around feeling sorry for himself. There's this YouTube vid of him having a heart-to-heart with his mom, saying sorry for all the mess he's caused. Maybe this is a sign he's turning things around for real this time.
You know, you want to be the kind of person to understand that, like, life is a real thing, like, and that's what I found out. Life is just definitely a real thing. Demons are real, and all that stuff is real. And once you call out certain demons, they appear. You call out certain demons, they appear. You call out certain spirits, they appear. Certain entities. This life is real. This game of life that we are living is real. And we just gotta be more careful. And that's what you taught me. Just to be.
So out of the blue, Orlando starts talking about Diddy. Then, in another interview with Cam Capone News, he dives into this whole Balenciaga scandal. You know, that controversial campaign pain with those panda bears and all that alleged symbolism. Panda is a